Doncic, step back, money!
Oh, what a pass that is. Oh, no.
Luka Doncic plays basketball in his own way, but when he returns to Slovenia, he somehow evolves. He goes from one of the best players in the NBA to the actual savior of Slovenia, all while Luka's treating these games like he's just playing basketball with his friends, because he kinda is. Every opportunity he gets to represent Slovenia, he takes it, which is extremely rare to see coming from a player that's as good as him. He literally is Slovenia, and if you think the shots he takes in the NBA are crazy, then you should see the shots he takes during some of these FIBA games. I've seen Luka take more 100% smothered threes than regular threes. He will get the ball and just shoot some crazy step back right in the defender's face and there's nothing they can do about it. The shot also goes in way more than it probably ever should. I'm not saying it's a bad shot either, because for Luka, there really is no such thing. It literally reminds me of LeBron's famous move.
LeBron about to get into his action. Launches a three. Got it!
Some of the shots he takes are straight out of a game of horse. Some of them aren't even shots, they're just prayers and somehow go in. He just gets the ball and does whatever he feels like doing and it works. On top of it, he's just so casual about everything that you forget he's absolutely shredding your team. Just like Jokic, Luka is a walking offense. His crazy shots are cool, but he also has some even crazier passes. That behind the back pass I showed in the very beginning is actually unreal, but he's doing stuff like that every single game. You know he's just having fun because he'll throw some wild pass when a regular pass would have done the job just fine. When you try so many crazy things on the court consistently, it starts to actually become part of your game. And when Luka's in Slovenia, he enters a completely new bag that the NBA just isn't ready for. Don't think he's doing all this because they're playing exhibition games either. He would do all of this in the gold medal game. None of this is really new though. You can watch him making the same incredible plays in previous FIBA tournaments. He's had multiple triple-doubles before on top of many 30 and even 40-point plus games. He had 48 points in a win against Argentina in his Olympic debut. It's actually one of the most points ever scored by a single player in Olympic basketball history, but that's not until next year. The point record for the FIBA World Cup is 54, so we'll have to focus on that first. Although Luka takes some wild shots, he does play the game the right way for the most part, but he really could break it if he wanted to. Slovenia isn't the best team to begin with, but they also lost one of their best players, Vlatko Činčar. He actually plays for the Denver Nuggets and apparently is a pretty solid player. He's out with a torn ACL, so it really is Luka playing with a bunch of role players, which to be honest, as a viewer, makes everything that much more entertaining. In his very first game against Greece, he had 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. He literally had a triple-double in his first game playing with the team, and the craziest part is that the team still lost by 7. Even with a great performance by Luka, they still lost to Greece without Giannis. Then they played him again 2 days later and lost by 11, although this was the game that Luka would end up leaving early. But then a few days after that, Luka would have his best game in the tournament so far with 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 14 assists. That's literally a Rockets James Harden stat line. Every time he got the ball, it was either a bucket or an assist. Luka in this game was the offense. The other team was trying so hard just to foul him, but even through all the hard fouls, he was still making every shot. All they were really doing was giving him more points at the free throw line. And of course his insane three-pointers were still there too. But even after Luka scored and assisted on basically every bucket Slovenia had, they still only won the game by 4. So Luka's probably gonna have to score 90 if he wants to beat Team USA or any of the top teams. With Luka though, anything's possible. His team isn't terrible, but he definitely doesn't have the supporting cast some of these other countries do. He had 17 points against Spain, but again tweaked something so he missed some time late in the game. That would also cause him to miss the next game, which was the very next day where they got killed by Team USA. I was really looking forward to seeing them play against each other, but unfortunately we didn't get to see that happen. He would return for their final matchup against Japan, where he had 23 points and beat them by 35. So they were able to at least get a nice confidence booster before heading into their first pool game. Although I don't think Luka can get any more confident than he already is. Regardless, I do think it's really cool how he plays with his hometown team every chance he gets. He represents his country no matter what, so you have to respect it. If you haven't gotten the chance to see them play live, I highly recommend it. Luka just goes out there and puts on an actual show every single game. Not only is he putting up crazy stat lines, he's doing it in the wildest ways possible. The next time they play is on the 26th versus Venezuela. Then they play 2 more pool games after that against Georgia and Cape Verde. From there, they'll have their spot in the tournament and will finally be able to compete in the FIBA World Cup. But let me know down in the comments how you feel about Luka's time with Slovenia and where you think they'll end up placing. Please like the video for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel for more World Cup updates just like this one.